I want to apologize for Texas Longhorns for what's going to happen to them next time when they play. Because they have to play the University of Ohio State, and Ohio State is playing like the 2020 version of Alabama right now, and no one asked them to, outside of Buckeyes fans, I guess. But my gosh, this team is playing like the best team in the country by far. They lost to this team earlier in the year by 1 point on the road. And guess what they bounced back with? Going up 34 nothing in the first half. Watching this kind of made me feel a bit better about the loss that we had to them last week and a half ago. Was clearly it wasn't just us. We need an apology for how everyone reacted to that game because the number one team in the country was down 34-8 at half. At least we were down only 21-10. They were off horribly bad to this game. And Oregon came out this game extremely flat, and the exact opposite of Ohio State. Every single game since Michigan, every single quarter since Michigan, there's been a vengeance coming from this team that we have not seen from a team in I don't know how long. I'd say the last time I seen a team come out with this much vengeance was never when Georgia lost to Alabama in the SEC championship, and how they responded playing against Michigan and then Alabama again. That was the only time I've seen someone play with this much vengeance coming off of a loss. This team is on a roll like I've not seen a Buckeyes team be in a long time. Will Howard is finally becoming the guy that they transferred for and what they thought could be a Heisman candidate. This guy is not missing passes. He has one of the best passes of the year, in my opinion, the one to Emeka Egbuka in the first quarter, which Emeka Egbuka is running and he just puts his arms out. And the defender's this close and he just finds it in his hands. And it's about a 40-yard pass and for a touchdown. It was a phenomenal pass from Will Howard. He did that the entire game. He was on the money with everything. He maybe had a little bit here and there, but nothing severely bad. And this guy was killing him the entire day. And then you have Jeremiah Smith going around catching passes like this guy's like a prime Amari Cooper or something like that, a prime Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson. And this guy's only a freshman, and he had 160-something yards in the first half with ease. The guy makes everything look so much easier than every other receiver in the country, it feels like. I mean, they left Marvin Harrison Jr. from last year and they jumped to Jeremiah Smith. What drop off is that? We all thought, I think Emeka Egbuka would be the number one guy. Nope. Jeremiah Smith was jumped onto the scene early in the year and just rode this out and phenomenally. Phenomenally. And it wasn't just Jeremiah Smith today. TreVeyon Henderson got a big touchdown too. Whenever they were scoring touchdowns, they weren't taking long. They were just getting it and go. Like they were just really quick of everything. And it was really impressive. It was really, really impressive. They made this Oregon defense look horrible. Horrible. No one's made this Oregon defense look this bad. And also, I forgot I was talking about this. I think Joey Galloway and Desmond Howard were talking about this. Whatever defenses they were putting out for Ohio State were confusing Oregon to a level that we've not seen before. They were talking about how they've never seen an Oregon team look this lost out here. I could not agree with that anymore. Looking how they played that the entire year, looking how they played, especially against Penn State, who has a very good defense of their own. They dropped 45 on them. Everything was smooth and clockwork. Just keep it going. And there was nothing smooth about this game for Oregon. Everything looked like a struggle. Everything they get some yards seemed like it was pain. What they looked like you would do to get a first down, they got 2 yards out of. Like they could not run the ball. Every time they complete a pass, it seemed like Dylan Gabriel had to run out the pocket. The pocket collapsed. Jack Sawyer had a phenomenal game. They could not stop him. Whenever he wanted to get after him, sometimes he would just watch him on a play, and half the time he'd get after the quarterback. The guy was just unstoppable. The guy's been on a mission ever since that Michigan game. But Ohio State, they played a back-to-back weeks of perfect games. Perfect games. You don't usually see that in football. But Will Howard played a perfect game. TreVeyon Henderson played a very good game. I don't think Quinton Judkins had to do much of anything today. And like at all. You feel like they would have to at least split carries. No, they didn't have to do anything. Jeremiah Smith did most of the work. He had like 200 yards. Just under 200 yards. As a freshman wide receiver in the biggest of stages, the guy is way better than the second best receiver in the country, in my opinion. Especially heading into next year. You got him, and then you have like the guys, some of the guys around the country, but like Ryan Williams, the guy gets a lot of media attention. I remember watching Jamal McCoy take him out the game pretty much. I watched Bob McCoy get cooked by this guy. I've not seen a freshman wide receiver this good since Amari Cooper. I've not seen that. And that was over 10 years ago. This guy is something different. I've not seen that before from a guy that can just go up and get it as this level. It's incredible. And it's going to be fun to watch. Appreciate it. The only team I could see maybe stopping this Ohio State team is not the University of Texas, because the University of Texas has their own problems. They were a 4th and 13 away from not making it to this game. They almost blew one of the biggest games of their entire their entire school's history. For fun, pretty much, to one guy in the defense of Arizona State. But I think Ohio State's not going to have a problem with that. But outside of that, like, the only team that can stop them right now is Georgia. If we be really honest. And the only reason because of that is how Kirby Smart can get after players and get his team prepared is best in the country. But talent-wise, no one can match with Ohio State. And if they all have the same mentality and the same vengeance going after these teams, I don't see a way a team beats them. The only way Ohio State has lost this year is when they beat themselves. They had a field goal opportunity against Oregon. They blew because Will Howard took too long, and also they had a 4th and 20. It was like a 3rd and 25. Barring a really bad penalty, they could have, outside that really bad penalty they could have just kicked the field goal then and had like a 40-yard field goal on the road and probably would have made it. Then you have the Michigan game. They just killed themselves the entire time. Michigan played the game they exactly needed to win, and they did it to perfection. But Michigan has a mental edge on them. I understand what that's like, having a team that has a mental edge on you. It doesn't matter how good you are and how bad they are. They always will have an advantage. Right now, they have that advantage. Other teams don't have that advantage. Guess what they get? They get to play the team that just lost to the team that pisses them off more than anyone else. So that means they will ball out as crazy as they can on you just to prove to everyone that that's not the team they really are. And that's what Tennessee got, and that's what Oregon got. They got a vengeance win against Oregon. They got a revenge win against Tennessee. Now we got to see what they do against Texas. Texas, watch out. I don't know what you're going to do. I don't know how you can do it because they're going after the quarterback. They're stopping you from going after the quarterback. They're throwing the ball really well. They got 2 of the best running backs in the country. They got the best wide receiver right now. They got the hottest player in the country. They got a Emeka Egbuka on the other side. They got a really elite defense that's allowing the fewest points per game. And this special teams unit is also quite good too. I don't know how you stop them. They made the number 1 team in the country look piss poor out there. This is incredible what we're watching. We were waiting all year for a great team to emerge. We have finally found that great team. Problem is, you only need one bad game. And sometimes you only need one bad quarter. Really, depending on what happens. You can't have that against Texas. But also, Oregon just allowed a really, really bad first quarter. Tennessee allowed a really, really bad first quarter. What is going to happen to Texas that makes me think anything different? I really don't think anything different. The only time I really think can stop Ohio State is Georgia. And even then, I'd be surprised if they do. Put in the comments your own opinions. Good job, Ohio State. Y'all are getting killed. You're killing teams right now. Hope you have a great day, y'all. Stay safe. Remember, God bless y'all.